You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Well, tonight's episode is the Syreeta Thompson interview, and I am your host, dini-mussolini. All right, just moving through the announcements. Not really too many announcements. Matter of fact, we're just going to skip that segment because there's not many. I will tell you guys that you should work without delay. All right, procrastination achieves nothing positive. Go ahead and do what must be done before it must be done. Purposeful effort is a joy. So fill your moments with an abundance of that particular joy. Delaying the work just makes the work more difficult. So choose to do the work without delay, to do it now. No longer will you be burdened by what must be done. You can be satisfied with what you have accomplished. Do the work now and earn the freedom of knowing you're out in front of it. Then you can use your time in highly meaningful and productive ways, not just striving to catch up. And believe me, the sooner you do the work, the more leverage you have. Time has great value, so get that value working for yourself instead of against you.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that go live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us, or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab that from Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
And with that, let's see how many people we have on the line. Oh my, there's about 22,000. So hello, beautiful people out there. And I know you guys are not here for little old me. It has to be for Miss Thompson, right? Yes, of course. So let's dive deep into this interview. So guys, not too long ago, I was sitting in the audience at my church, listening to the sounds of Phil Driscoll, as I've done so many times before. His concerts were often booked at my church, which is Water Life over in Flowood, Mississippi. At the time, I thought he was the best alive. His cheeks would be all puffed out as large as they could be and make that silver trumpet scream. Wow, I used to think to a friend of mine at church, get this, play me a video that featured this woman playing a trumpet so gracefully and often one-handedly, making that thing sing as well. Oh my landlord. Yeah, I never heard any song sound so beautiful. I was amazed and astonished at the same time. And check this out. You know, I get personal sometimes, you guys. I myself played the trumpet for 7 years in school. I was the first trumpet second chair, but geez, I cannot call myself a trumpeter and the likes of Syreeta Thompson. So yeah, I'll just settle for being an independent journalist and part-time rock star. Hey, okay, so if I close my eyes, I can go back to a place where a younger version of my journalistic self exists, and still a bit frustrated with the email format interviews. I absolutely hate those. I can remember the first time I've had gotten hold of a band that really meant a lot to me, and still to this day. I won't mention the name of the band or the publication that I was writing for at the time, but I remember being so happy I had any opportunity to talk to them through any medium, and I was completely beyond excited until I received the answers back. I was disappointed. But what I had returned was less than what I had put into it. Now, I wasn't as in-depth as I am now, and my questions were not as open as they are now. And I have never received such honesty and openness working there at that publication as I have through these live interviews here through my own platform, Vigilantes Radio. Each and every time I get a new guest on my own here at Vigilantes Radio that are interested in in-depth interview, I almost chuckle. I really do, and say, well, look, friend, because that last one we did, it just can't get any better than that. And I always prove myself wrong, which each show that we do, they just get better and better and better. And there is without any question merit in all of these interviews I've done, but I have to personally say that each and every one I write and send out upon having our guests here, I am continually humbled by the honesty and the genuine strength of the will to communicate demonstrated by these indie artists and sometimes even seasoned professional ones. I read between the collective lines of all these interviews stacked one upon another, and I like to think that we're finding these common threads that exist between the struggles of all artists, musicians, and all creative vessels on the business venture alike. And as we as musicians have always believed, there is so much in common between us artists and the people in the media. And what I appreciate most about Syreeta Thompson in his interview with Vigilantes Radio is that she has really gone walking that spiritual mile, really considers her relationship with people, with music, and with the world. And maybe we'll dive into that state of music question that I continue to pick on artists for. And I bet her answers will come back with nothing short of pure brilliance and a display not only the true heart of music, but the determination and drive and its spirit. And you guys, right from question one, I'm sure our audience will appreciate where this interview could go. And Syreeta Thompson, true to her sentiments of putting her music out there with her home choir and Pastor Ezekiel Walker and LFT, Church Praise Team. So, too, puts herself on the podcast here for you new Syreeta Thompson fans, finding her through our radio station, our radio podcast in this interview. And wow is what I really like to say most of the time when I'm wowed. Well, yeah, duh. And that's really all I can say. I have identified with and connected with Syreeta's music in all kinds of ways. So many that I truly believe writing a long monologue, as I did for this one, about it here tonight would make this podcast double the length. And I'm really going to appreciate her words through this, and I really think she has some amazing insights and approaches to her music that many bands, musicians, and artists could learn from. I can't thank her enough personally for the tools that she's presented for new composers and musicians to consider using along their own journeys. Her combinations of art, music, philosophies, and faith. What can I say, everyone? It seems Syreeta Thompson is big enough in spirit to house us all. So, with that, let's welcome her to our show. Welcome, Syreeta Thompson. You're live.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Hope all is well.
All is well. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
So, shall we dive deep into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
The pleasure is all ours. Okay, all right. So I gotta say, right off the bat, you can really get into that sweet grooves of your melodies. Tell us what a day in the life of Syreeta Thompson is like from AM to PM.
That's an awesome question. Well, my day starts at about, depending on the day, my day can start at about, it's about 5 a.m. I'll say about 5 or 6 a.m. with the 45-minute workout, toning workout, depending on the day. That normally goes to about 8 a.m. Then I practice for about another 2 hours to about 10 a.m. Then I always have a series of emails and conference calls, primarily a lot of conference calls that I have to attend to. Then from conference calls, I normally get on an airplane to go somewhere, or I'm on another conference call about, some bookings or strategy meetings for the next quarter. So that normally goes to about 4 o'clock. Then, sometimes I'll get a chance to, kind of take it down for about an hour or so. Sometimes I go back to the gym and do like another hour of cardio because I need the stamina. And then it normally kind of ends, and depending on any given day. I'm reviewing material, reviewing work from one of my producers, seeing what's going to happen for the next body of work. So I normally that or for my vocal arranger, that can go from 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 to about sometimes 12 or 1. And even in that, I can get phone calls during the middle of the night, text messages, listen to some music that I have to approve from the producer or vocal arranger. And that's a day in life.
Oh.
During the week. That's during the week.
Oh, wow. That is quite a day.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite a day. But it's dedication. I mean, you're one of the greats, in my opinion.
Oh, wow.
So that practice and workout, I guess it contributes to your greatness.
Yeah, thank you so much. I never consider myself one of the greats, because I can always be forever just trying to perfect what I do. And I'm just a work. I'm a continued work in progress. My day. Sometimes I'm meeting with producers. I'm meeting with stylists. I mean, with my team, with my glam team, really kind of get some things straight. Like right now, I'm in the process of getting ready to prepare for a photo shoot. So I'm in, constantly meetings and constantly phone calls, things of that nature. I'm planning a big release. So it's emails, drafts, all those kind of things that take place.
Definitely. Okay, so let's get into the Winter album and the campaign behind it. Tell us everything we need to know about it. Where did Winter start, and where will it lead you to?
Well, the Winter campaign, the Winter campaign was really my story. Growing up in Chicago, my dad was deceased, and my mom was a single parent mom, and she wanted to keep me busy, so she put me in music. And she told me that in order for me to, I was one of those kids that wanted to play every instrument. Oh, I want to play the clarinet. Oh, I don't want to do that no more. Oh, okay, now I want to play this instrument. So I wanted, after 2 or 3 other instruments, she was like, well, look, in order for me to buy this trumpet, you have to take this trumpet to church. So she made me take my trumpet to church every Sunday before I even took it to music school. And I had to take my trumpet to church and play every Sunday. Now, I didn't know no notes. So I only knew one note the whole, for at least, I'm sure, like 2 or 3 years. And then so she invested in me private lessons. And then, I just became a band nerd. I was always in band, in orchestra, then after school, all city programs. And I came up through the Chicago public school system, playing music in all of the bands and things like that. And in the winter campaign is really arts education based to let young people know, let not just young people, but let people know that guess what, you can make it too, and that you can be a winner too. So it really was a testament of my story of being a young girl in Chicago, that music was a vehicle that kept me focused. And where's that taking me to? It's taking me to Evolution of a Winner, which is my next body of work that I'm currently working on right now, which will be released in the fall of September.
Nice.
Fall, September 2017.
Okay. All right, so you're constantly working. I like that.
Yeah. Never stop.
Yeah, never stop. And I like when things are in a series or that kind of tell a story like that. So.
Absolutely. It's better,
Mm-hmm. Yep. So how important is melody to your songs? Everything I've heard has some really sweet progressions and chord changes. So I guess we're wondering both about melody and the importance of that on your latest album, Winner. And it also may be just a little rap about what the must-have of a Syreeta Thompson song really is. Like,
I'm a 90s baby, so I gotta have groove. That's the first thing. I gotta have some groove. I got to have groove. I grew up I studied, formally and I studied jazz, classical, and jazz and classical music. But I like to rock some Mary J. Blige too. So I have groove is so important. And it gotta come from the heart. So if it don't feel good, even if it can have like complex chord changes, I prefer music that feel good over complexity.
Definitely.
Yeah, so for me, groove is important and something that people can shake their head and tap their feet.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's what's most important.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very important aspect to all of us, is the groove aspect. That's one of the things that...
Yeah, and it got to rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has to rock.
So speaking of that, could you talk to us about the universal language of music from your perspective? And what is it about your records that could appeal to just about anyone?
Well, first of all, what I love about the universal language of music is that, you can be sitting next to someone from the Ukraine, and they can hear something on beats 2 and 4, and you guys may be able to speak English or speak the same language, but music, when you hear the music, it connects you. So that's the reason why music is the universal language. I think that music transcends through generations. I think music heals. It can heal. And most important, in my music, when people listen to my music, I want them to walk away feeling inspired, to accomplish their dreams. If you had a long day and, you're dealing with kids and just dealing with the trials of the day and, all the bills that's coming in the mail, I want you to be able to put on Winner and, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go back to school and finish my degree. I started my business plan. I didn't finish it. You know what? I'm a winner. I can finish it because guess what? Little becomes much. Inch by inch, it becomes much. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it happen. Because guess what? I'm a winner. And winners never quit. Winners never lose. Winners never take no for an answer. If you can win, you can keep on winning. You may have to take small wins, but you just always have to win. And then after you win, you have to keep evolving as a winner.
Definitely. Yeah, I like that. And let's continue on with your philosophy. So, in your opinion, what makes life worth living? Like, what defines success for you?
What defines? That's an awesome question. I'm a very simple person. As long as I have God in my life, and I have my family, and I have life help my strength, and I'm in good health, I'm good. And a good plate of food. Yeah, I'm okay. I gotta have some good food, and yeah. And I know that sounds a little shallow, but I have a good plate of food, and I have my family, and I'm really content. I have my music with me. I don't need a whole lot. I don't have to have flashy cars and fancy. I like them, but a car's a car. They come out every year.
They do. So, a record like Change is on the way. Would you say this is a fair representation of what we can expect to find on the rest of the album, Winner?
Oh, absolutely. And Change is on the way is actually a sentiment. Every song in that record is a song that represents me. And it represents any and everybody, because the world is constantly changing. We as individuals, every minute we are changing, and things are changing. Sometimes people think change is about digression, but change is actually about progression. Anytime something changes, that means you're moving forward. Even though sometimes it looks like you could be moving backwards, you're actually moving forward.
Right. Definitely. And what made you choose to put that one as the first single? And how do you go about making decisions like that?
Well, I chose Chained on the Way because I wanted that song to be a message and a lead into Winner to tell a story. When you hear, when people listen to a body of work, people want to feel good. So they want to feel good about, they want to know, how can I not go through what I'm going through? And we need to hear something. You need to hear somebody to speak and say things to us, to say that, what, your change is coming. It's not going to always be this way. So that's what made me put changes first. And normally I consult with, my team. We have a team meeting, and we kind of go back and forth between which song should we put first, which one should we put second.
Yeah, it sounds like you and your team are very strategic with how things are built up, and to continue on with the story to lead into other things. And I think that is wonderful. I don't really come across a lot of artists that do that. To me, it kind of works against them when they're not strategic like that. But I see why it's working so well for you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I never thought about it. I'm just, to be honest with you, it's just, for me, it's just a story is just telling my story, because it's a very non-traditional story, and I've just now been able to come into who I am. To this is my story. This is being me.
Right. So, as this being your third album, how does the material stack up against the old stuff? Like, what changed musically between 3 recorded sessions to really give it that growth?
Well, one thing that I decided to do, and I am going to do in this next, I'm going to do even more playing. I'm going to add more of a trumpet choir on the next record. I'm going to, from albums 3 to 4, I think my production got even better, increased even better. The second record we did live in Chicago. That was a live record, and then the last one was studio record. The musicianship changed drastically, And from this record, Winner, to Evolution of Winner, it's going to be even more. You're going to get a chance to see my arranging skills.
Okay. I'm definitely looking forward to those. And now I watched a lot of videos of you from over the past 2 weeks. And according to my eyesight, it seems like you nailed every performance. But how do you know? How do you know beyond all doubt that you nailed the performance in your own perspective?
I never feel like I nail a performance. I'm always like I never feel like I nail a performance, because I always feel like I need to get better. And I'm probably my own worst critic, but I never feel like I nailed it. I always feel like there's something that I didn't do right, that I communicate. I don't feel like, maybe sometimes I feel like I didn't communicate to the audience effectively, or I missed a note, or maybe I played the note in the wrong timing. Did I execute? Did I, so I never really feel like I nailed it. And then, because I'm always so busy trying to perfect what I do.
Right. Well, I couldn't even tell. Any of those things. And so you're in ministry after all, but we are still curious to know how important is the human connection to you. Your songs and sounds are extremely inviting and accessible for all kinds of open eardrums. So I suppose I'm wondering what the fan support has been like for you.
Oh, I've been so blessed and thankful that, that a lot of my fans, a lot of my fan support has come from the R&B and hip-hop community.
Really?
And, I was really shocked by that, because it's like, here you have a young lady that plays a trumpet, and you listen to her music, she's singing and playing, and her music is very soulful. Sometimes you don't know where your music is going to lie, like who's going to take it and who's not going to take it. So, to get the support of the R&B and hip-hop community and the blog community, that has meant the world to me as an artist. I mean, it actually kind of brings tears to my eyes right now. It really means the world to me, because a lot of people don't know there are not a lot of female trumpet players. And I'm like one of the few, maybe out of 3, that are African-American women. So to have the support of the hip-hop community, the R&B community, the blog, I finally learned, and I guess, I'm always practicing so much. When they say that the blogs are talking, I finally understood, what that meant, because I'm always so focused on the music and making sure that I play well, and that, I execute well, making sure that I'm together, and most importantly, so I'm so thankful, and I'm so, those are the things that inspired me, just to know that they accept, my artistry, and to be embraced by the hip-hop and R&B community, that it just really means the world to me.
Yeah, that is incredible. So, when fans approach you after a performance, do they get the time of day, or are you the type to not even wait for and approach the fans yourself?
Oh, no, I talk to everybody. I talk to everybody. I stand and talk. I take pictures. I'm probably most of the time the last one leaving. I get a lot of little girls that always come up to me, and they play the clarinet, they play the flute, or either their mom or when their parents would say, my son played this, my son. So I stand and take pictures. I talk to people. I talk to, little kids about their instruments that they play. I'm most of the time the last one standing there, because I believe that if someone could take the time to share an appreciation for your music, surely, and especially if they purchase it, because no one has to use their hard-earned dollars to purchase your music in the world of thousands of artists that are out here. So the least thing that I can do is at least stand and hold a basic conversation and take pictures.
Right. That is so incredible. And this is basically going back to something that you said about being, your music is trickling down into the hip hop and R&B sectors of the media. And we try not to have any standard questions, but I have to admit I'm really digging the answers to this one lately. So hopefully you keep it rolling for us. So what is your opinion on the state of music today? Is it in trouble? Is there enough good stuff out there? Has the internet helped or watered it all down?
I think music is in a real good state. I think that what's happening with music nowadays is I think it's in a very good state. Some may beg to differ. I think music sales are down, but I think music itself is in a good state because you have artists that are staying true to who they are. You have on the hip hop side, you got like Designer and all those guys. They stand true to who they are. I mean, that's what they do. Then you still have your artists that you got your soul artists. I think what a breakdown happens is that people start to categorize artists. Okay, this is a soul artist, this is a hip hop, this is that. And what happened, man, artists don't even think like that. Artists just think, let's just play music. Like I work out to hardcore hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I work out to in the gym. So I think music is in a very good state. I do think the streaming has kind of messed it up a little bit for artists, but it helps the consumer. The consumer, it gives them a more vast majority of what they can listen to with streaming. I think the internet has helped artists because I think going back before you had the engine of the record label, but now with you have social media, you have VMO, artists that you can put a lyric video up and you're good. Your message still gets out. So I think music is in a very good state. You have a lot of different music festivals that happen during the summertime. You have radio, you have internet radio, you have the blog community. I mean, also you have music festivals are very different, various genres that happen.
Right.
Throughout the world. So I think music will always be the same. I think it's going to always be there, and I think the essence and the soul of music is going to always be there.
Definitely. Those are some pretty good insights. Made me think about a few things while you were talking. Hip hop is very energizing as far as workouts go, and just overall. And
I am the production. Like I sit and I sit and analyze it. I analyze the mixes, how they mix it. I analyze what they're doing differently compared to I listen to what they're doing and maybe what I should include that was it won't be the same, but what is like the flow, the flow of the rhythm that they're singing in. I listen to a lot of that from a musical perspective.
Mm-hmm. And
as a trumpet player.
And I really think it would be cool to hear a Syreeta Thompson record mixed with a hip-hop record with today's sound.
I would love that.
Their trumpet playing. A lot of times, what's his name? I just had his name on the tip of my tongue. Jeez. I hate when that happens. The praise and worship leader, what's his name? He crossed into hip-hop a lot of times.
Kirk Franklin?
Yes, Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
Crossed over a lot of times and was very successful, and even allowing the secular artists in hip-hop and R&B to open up about, their faith as well. As like, hey, you know what?
Absolutely.
I grew up in a church, and I'm really not, I'm not ashamed or afraid to praise God on a record with Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, and then, a lot of times people think that just because an artist is a hip-hop artist, that they don't love God, but that's not true. Every time on the war shows, they always say, bless up.
Mm-hmm. Or, thank mom and dad and thank you, God.
Yeah, and then also too, people are human. They're human too. So, I think what happens, the listenership changes it. But when artists get together, it's just, let's make music, or how can we come together?
Definitely. And you're a Grammy winner, and congratulations on that accomplishment.
Oh,
if I had some, sound effects for clapping hands, I would play it right now. But...
Oh, that's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, I work for an artist now that is also a Grammy winner with over 30 million records sold, even beat out her Beatles record. But for that Grammy, his group had to rewrite their hit single 12 times before it was even published for the award. So in general, do you feel like there has ever been a time where you had to compromise your work?
Yes. Yes.
Really? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, because even on this last body of work, I caught some scrutiny. I got some messages, even though it was and I got some messages from comedians. And it, I got kind of down about it. And one of my team members was like, Syreeta, shake yourself. So I had to kind of go back in and tailor it for this and kind of tailor it for that. I've even had times where radio is saying, well, we don't really know what category to put her in. We don't know if she's a jazz artist. I'm going to tell you that like this, and I'm being honest with you. The jazz community, they say I'm a gospel artist. The gospel community, they say I'm a jazz artist. So I just go, okay, I'm playing music, and I'll let y'all figure it out. And I'm going to play music. The R&B community, hip-hop community say, that's Syreeta the Trumpet-Lady, and we like her music. So, it's so I have to say to myself, how am I going to continue to focus on that? No, I want to focus on music, but there are times when I have to kind of go back in and change this for this, change that for that. So sometimes you have to do quite a bit of editing on a song, on songs.
Is it easy to do that?
No.
Yeah,
because you can listen to a song over and over, and sometimes, like right now, I'm in a recording process, so I don't know, like I'm so engrossed in my music, so right when you're in a recording process, you have to listen to the scratch track, and which is the rough draft, over and over and over and over, so you can know it. But then it's just a scratch track. It's just a rough draft. So you have to know what you want added in, what you're gonna have to take out. Do you need another pair of ears to take a listen to it? Then you need to have your team take a listen to it to give it some direction. And then you have to go back in and say, okay, this part needs to be changed. That part needs to be changed.
Right. Wow. All right. So according to me, you're a professional. And according to Google, you're a professional. And, Google outweighs me, of course. What would you say is the biggest challenge you still face as a professional today?
The biggest challenge that I still face was what I was mentioning earlier. The jazz community says I'm gospel. The R&B community said we like what you're doing. The media, hip-hop, R&B is like hip-hop. This Syreeta is inspiring, which is what I really like. And then, you have the gospel community say you one thing, the jazz community say you another. So that is probably one of the biggest challenges that I'm facing right now. Like, who actually gets me? Who actually gets the lady and playing in stilettos and red bottoms, but she can actually play and well studied. So that's kind of I would say that's definitely one of the challenges.
Definitely. And deciding what color trumpet to play that night.
Yeah. Well, right. It's funny. I have a purple one, and I have a purple one on the way. Lately I've been playing my black one. Yeah, I got a purple one that I'm getting ready to get made. They've actually been made as we speak.
cool. I seen the black one, the red one, the white one, the blue one. And now there's a purple one that's going to be added to the collection. That is cool.
Yeah, then I have a small pocket one, too.
What? Oh.
Yeah, so like I'm getting on the plane or something, I just, put it in my little bag and, and get on the plane and get to everywhere, and I just pull it. They call it, it's a smaller trumpet, but we call it a pocket trumpet.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right, so I have more than enjoyed my time with you and your music. Songs like In His Presence and Winter really stood out to me, along with the overall sound itself. You're defined. So again, I just want to thank you for your time and effort. We really appreciate it. All of us here at Vigilantes Radio do. We love listening to new music and hearing what the people that create it really have to say. So you have our traditional open floor to say anything else that you would like to say to your fans and your new fans here tonight.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you to you for, for having me on the Vigilantes Radio show. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful, and listen, I don't want to say that they're our fans. We're all friends now as far as I'm concerned. If you got a chance to check out this interview, hit me up I'm literally all over social media. Instagram, I'm on the gram at Trumpet-Lady. I'm on Facebook at Trumpet-Lady. I'm on Twitter at Trumpet-Lady. On Snapchat at Trumpet-Lady. But, hit me up, and guess what? I will follow you back. All you got to do is say that you heard this interview. I hit you right back. And, I just want to continue to keep inspiring. And hopefully I was able to say something to each and every one of you that would inspire you to continue to work towards your goals and dreams.
Definitely. And before we cut to some music and your hot seat segment, let me ask you this. Now, Trumpet-Lady, that's just a nickname, right?
Yes.
All right. So, guys, and our audience make up a lot of musicians, startup artists, kids even tune in because we give a lot of advice to up-and-coming artists. All right, guys, so people nickname her Trumpet-Lady. Guess what she did? Her website is trumpet-lady.com, correct?
Yeah, yes.
She took a nickname and made it a brand. And that's what it's all about in the industry, especially when it's about music plus business, is branding yourself and being recognizable. So the people chose a nickname for her, and she ran with it. And that's what she is now. That's what you can look her up by, and it works. So you guys think about that. And while you're thinking about that and checking out her gram and Twitter and Facebook and all those other cool things, let's play a record. Let's see. We have Syreeta Thompson, Winter.
You can't give up now. You gotta keep the faith and trust and believe. He's gonna make a way for you, I know, 'cause you're a winner too. Gotta keep pressing on, don't throw in the towel. When times get rough, you can't give up now. Gotta keep the faith and trust and believe. He's gonna make a way for you, I know, 'cause you're a winner. Up now, 'cause you're gonna win. Here we go, y'all. Don't you get tired of doing the right thing, 'cause you're victorious. 'cause you're victorious. You just can't give up now. Just can't give up now. Woo! All things work together for them that love the Lord. All things work together for them that love the Lord. I am a winner. You are a winner. You can make it. We can make it through. Say, I'm a winner. I am a winner. You're a winner. You are a winner. He's gonna see you through it. We can see you through. I am a winner. You are a winner. You can make it. We can make it through. I am a winner. You are a winner. He's gonna see you through it. Yeah. See you through. Oh, oh, oh. I am a winner. Oh, oh, oh. He can see you through. Oh, oh, oh. I am a winner. Oh, oh, oh. He can see you through. This for all my winners, y'all. You can make it. Yeah. Come on, winners. I am a winner. You can make it. Change is on the way. Oh, 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 oh.
Again, that was Syreeta Thompson with Winner. So I wake up, guys, every day at 7 a.m., and I think this is going to be my wake-up jam. You know, pump a little winter juice inside of me with this record by Syreeta. That is a cool record, Syreeta. Big sounds. Love it.
Thank you. Yeah, The Winner is definitely one of my favorite songs.
Yes. I'm not sure if you know about our hot seat, but basically what it is like one of the best parts of the actual show, because our fans absolutely love it. But what it is that the audience get to hear either some vocals from you, maybe a poem, inspirational speech, written work, spoken word, recite some lyrics, jokes, a story, live instruments, or maybe a freestyle rap from Syreeta Thompson. Who knows?
Okay.
But these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight, and tonight we'll find out if Syreeta Thompson have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of her true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. It's all yours.
Okay. I'm going to teach a listening audience how to scat. Okay? So when you learn how to scat, the human voice is the first musical instrument. So what the human voice does is, it as a trumpet player, you get a chance to mimic the human voice. And the scatting is a form of using syllables, and is what people that play instruments use to mimic the human voice. So if I was to scat, it would be something like this. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Do-do-do-do, skilly-do-biddy-do-do, do-do-do, skilly-do, skilly-do-biddy-do, do-do, dig-do-do, the dig-le-do, the skilly-do-biddy-do-le-do-do, the skilly-do-biddy-do-le-la-da, the skilly-do-biddy-do-le-la-la-ba-do-le-le-do-do, diddle-do-ba-dee-do-do-do-do. So that would be scatting.
Oh, wow. That's great. You remind me of my band teacher back in high school. He was good at doing that, and we all tried to mimic him and could never get it right.
No, that's okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's okay. We moved on to other things. All right. Thank you guys for always checking out the podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. You guys are so faithful, and I love you for it. And Syreeta's a professional, so we do not have to edit anything. And if you tuned in at least 15 minutes before the show started, you heard what we call the elevator music. And what that is artists send me their music to play on a continuous loop that plays 24/7. Even though you hear me say, and this is dini-mussolini, and you're listening to, that's really not me. I did that years ago. Months ago. So that's not me live. And you'll be surprised at the reports I get every day from the people who call in at 3 and 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning just to hear this music over and over. And that's really cool. Also, a special thanks to our guest, Syreeta Thompson, for joining us.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or our website, which is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or send something for us to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. Here my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, something you got to deal with. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. And also special thanks to our guests for joining us. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. We are all over. Just connect with us and we do follow back. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at just doing that. Peace.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.